now.
On the range.
No,
He didn't even do the 5-second
already.
countdown.
I didn't do the countdown for you. Yeah,
This Denver Clive, he is just not on it, honestly.
Wait,
Yes.
is it actually recording now?
We are live.
We are live. Yeah.
Live. Jesus Christ.
We are live. How are you, boys?
Well,
Yeah, all right.
enjoy life without you in the country.
Yeah, well, I mean, football couldn't go any worse this weekend, all right? So,
It's a great weekend.
You've had your moment already. You can fuck off.
yeah, you've had it. We let you have it once. That's enough.
No. Well, we'll see.
I dreaded this.
We'll
That's
see.
the reason there's been a delay on this podcast. And it's because none of us wanted to fucking do it.
Yeah.
Except Luke.
I guess we start with the Tottenham. Should we start with the Tottenham review?
Oh, it's up to you, mate.
Oh, if we have to.
We could just rip the band-aid off, get it over and done with, and then turn the show into a depressing show, can't we, really? So, yeah, go ahead, Luke. Take it away. 4-1 against Villa at home.
I don't want to say I told you so. I mean, it was 4-1 instead of 3-1, and you all laughed at me.
You all laughed at me.
Look, the first time I actually went back and actually listened to our podcast. All right,
Oh,
just
wow.
because
Of
of
course,
this. Yeah, you guys, and especially you, Mitchell. Go for yourself.
I laughed at you. I thought there's
So
no
much so.
way. To be fair, Luke, I
And
was
then when
right.
Villa went 1-0 up as well, I thought, yes, come on, Villa.
We was always going to concede, guys. We was always going to concede. Bloody hell, come on.
I did not see that happening at all.
I did, mate.
How do you lose 1-0 to Palace and then smash Villa 4-1?
What you sent me on WhatsApp, mate, it's exactly what Spurs do, mate. Being a Spurs fan is fucking stressful.
Ugh.
It is stressful. Going 1-0 down, I was like, do you know what? What was the comment I made a few weeks ago about it's better if we just go 1-0 down or something at half time and then or not scoring the first goal. I think statistically, we've won more games when we've gone behind or something like that this season. But I was just fucking so happy with Tottenham in that second half. I don't know what he said. I don't know if they took drugs at half time. Has anyone done any tests afterwards? Because I mean, don't get on the 3-1. I was confident from last week's comment as to look 3-1. Same with the Man City game, as I said it. I just had this feeling that Spurs would do something against those two teams, and they did.
And you got Ipswich this week, so back to losing ways then.
Probably, yeah. I mean, wait, how many have they won a game this season yet?
No, I don't think so. No.
Oh, well, there you go. So probably they get 3 points. Great. First half performance, not so great. Like we had chances and we did dominate. Again, it was just like the beginning of the season where we had loads of possession, but doing nothing with it. Teams just know what to do against Tottenham. It's just like, we just soak the pressure.
Do you think you're a little bit of a one-half team at the moment in terms of you're only able to really get things done in one of the halves of the game?
I think that's a good question. It's a tough one to answer because with Tottenham, because sometimes we can start off really well, and then other times it would be we come into the second half and we're not playing so well, and teams just do something else. And as we said before, Postecoglou is stubborn. In
Naive
the game
was the word I use.
Naive. Yeah, it's with Villa. What I saw in that first half was that they didn't really give us much space in the first half. They soaked up the pressure and they got like an encounter, and then they got forward and got their chance like every other team's done this season against us. The second half, they didn't change their tactic. Tottenham did. And we had space. It was similar to the West Ham game, is that we found this space that just teams are like, we just continue attacking then, and Spurs are like, well, we're finding those spaces now, and then we're getting in there and scoring those goals. Because the first half, I felt like teams are just sitting back on us, and then they get they got the one goal, but the Villa didn't stay back. Yeah, Villa didn't stay back in that second half. And I get that because they're a sort of team now that are playing like
they're a young attacking team, aren't they? Yeah, they want to attack and score goals.
Exactly that. So there was space in there that just it just worked for us. And then we got the first goal, which was a great ball from Son. It was a fantastic ball. and then from there it was just, well, yeah. as you
I was
saw,
so
it was-
confused when he took Son off as well. But I mean, it turned out to be the right thing. But
I did that, Bob, because he's been injured, mate.
is that why? I mean, he didn't look particularly happy, but it's probably because he doesn't know what's best for him. Maybe it's one of those situations.
No player's happy today when they come off and they're assisting and they're looking sharp and they're looking good. And I think with Son, why take the risk? We've had managers do that all the time, and that's how people keep getting injured. Is that you just have to look out for the players sometimes, and I'm glad that he's doing that, because I've always said this in the past. When Kane's playing shit, take him off. What do? 90 minutes in still, 95 minutes in. Clive, I know you mentioned I'm going to bring Saka up here. Yeah, but you mentioned it. I can't remember what game it was in the week or something, and he was still playing, and you were winning.
Against Preston. Well, it wasn't that he was still playing, but in the kind of cup against Preston, he got brought on.
Yeah,
all that.
All that, or even for like England friendly and stuff like that. You see these players, and you're like, oh, fuck me, they're big players for clubs. Everyone can see it. You know, managers are probably going to say something to the England managers. You know, you got to rest these players sometimes. You know, if you're winning the game and you can see things like Son had to come off, be it regardless of if we were winning or losing, because he's just come back from injury. We've got players on the bench that can do something, I guess. Now that Werner's got.
At what point did he come off? Sorry, was it like 1-1? Was it 2-1? Was it 3-1?
It was 1-1.
So, okay, so it's a pretty punchy decision by Poch as well, in that sense.
By Poch, yeah.
We've gone back in time. Going back in time,
yeah. It was, and I think a lot of the fans were shocked as well. But when you take a back seat and be like, well, you know what, 60 minutes in, it makes sense. He's just come back from injury. Get him off. We've got Richarlison, who can do the business. It's not like he's not got the ability. He was doing it for Everton, and he come on, got the assist, and then got injured. And he had to come back off again. So it's one of those things with Tottenham. You know, we've got some players there that can win us games, and we've got some players there that can lose us games, as we've seen. But we don't have that consistency, and everyone's saying it across the board is that Spurs are not consistent. What you sent me, Mitchell, is that one game we can lose against Palace, who haven't won a game all season, and they beat us and play dog shit, and then the next game we beat Man City and then go and beat Villa, who like I couldn't even put a bet down on us beating City and Villa in the same week. And you guys all laughed at me last week, and you weren't wrong to.
Because City, I could see, because it's the crappy cup, innit? They don't really care about it.
Yeah, but their B squad is still better than half the Premier League.
Agreed, and like, let's not beat around the bush. It wasn't a strictly B squad, was it? Like Foden played.
Yeah, Silva come on. You know, they've got a great squad, and everyone can see that. And again, I'm not saying that we're amazing because we beat Man City. You know, so we've been doing that for ages anyway with their full team at our ground. I think they've only won twice out of 8 games at our stadium. So it's not like B team or A team. It doesn't really matter. We tend to do really well against them at home. And then, the Villa one, again, bold for me, but I felt like it was, considering the last 2 times we played them, we were the better team. And I thought the third time, I think we just smashed them. And but the goals were great. Solanke looked good, looked sharp. His finish was brilliant. I don't know if you've not seen it, Clive, have you?
No,
the little dink, the ball from Kulusevski was great as well. It was just an all-round performance in the second half, and it was getting the finishing for the attacking that we've been doing. And if we can continue to do that, we would beat any team in the league.
Any
team in that league. We're just not consistent, Clive. We're really.
Well, you're not going to have consistency with a young squad, right? That's the thing. The age of your squad has come down quite dramatically over the last few years, right?
Oh, exactly that. Yeah, and the thing is, what I don't want to see though is the fans jump on Ange all the time. It's like, oh yeah, Ange is shit. Ange is doing. Oh, why is he not doing this? Why is he doing it? It's like, wait there. Like, how can you build a squad with these youngsters and expect them to go and win the league, or even top 4 with these youngsters? Sometimes you have to build them up. Let's go spend another 100, 200 million, and still struggle to finish 4th when we've got these youngsters that seem to be doing okay at the moment, that are there that are fitting in, and he's not always risking, apart from the Crystal Palace game with Mikey Moore. That was probably a really bad decision on his part, but he gave it a go, and he obviously hasn't started since. So I mean, it's only one game since then, but 2 games since then. It's one of those things.
Did he start against City or did he not?
No, he didn't start against City. Sometimes you just got to give these players a chance, and sometimes they take it, sometimes they don't, and sometimes you don't want to knock them down a bit. So, but I've been happy with the performance. I'm not gonna go crazy. I know we're only 2 points off Arsenal. I mean, does that mean we're going for the league?
That's what you said the other day, Luke.
No, I was going off of the back of what people were saying about obviously at Arsenal. It's like, Arsenal's still in it. It's like, wait, if Arsenal's still in it for the league and we're only 2 points off Arsenal, are Tottenham then in it for the league? It's like you can't pick Nottingham Forest. Are they now going to win the league? It's like sometimes I think people jump on the bandwagon too quick.
What you have to do is look at the fixtures being played. Right.
Yeah.
You have to take that to consideration. And like Tottenham have played Arsenal. Have you played Chelsea? No. Have you played Liverpool? No. Have you played City? No. So they're 3 games that, like, if you can win any of those 3 games, then by all means you can chuck your name in the hat if you're winning the other games around it as well.
Yeah.
But like until that happens, then I think you'd be silly to say that you're in it, really.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong.
I know you're not saying it. Yeah,
no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that because obviously people are still saying that Arsenal are still in it. And then they're saying other teams are saying it's like, well, wait there. Again, you look at them. It doesn't matter the teams that we're playing. The old comment is that you can only beat the teams that are
that are in front of you at the time. Yeah.
So
of course,
you get those points. It's great. If you lose against Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, but then win the rest of the games,
you won't win the league.
You won't win the league just because of the Man City. But if you do that, you're looking at top 4 still.
You've got a great shot at top 4, That's exactly how Villa did it last season. They beat City at home. They beat Arsenal home and away. I think they beat Chelsea. So, yeah, like if you can beat the so-called Big 6, you've got a chance of finishing top 4. But unless you are taking points from title contenders,
the other teams, but
the Man Cities, you're not winning the league.
Yeah, so a great performance from us. I can't complain. Injuries, Van der Ven, Romero picked up a knock, but that's self-inflicted. Romero, I don't know why he tried to do one of those crazy challenges again and got himself injured. Richarlison come off injured, so that's technically another 3 injuries there. With Son still.
Are any of them really serious injuries though? Well, I mean, Van der Ven looks like the Dutch lad. It looks like it's hamstring, right?
It is hamstring. Yeah, I think a slight twinge, but similar to myself the other week at football, as I mentioned. I'm not at his level, don't worry guys, it's alright, you don't need to compare.
You're quicker than him though, aren't you?
Oh God no.
He's not a Robert Langley.
Robert Langley. Not even in my youth I wouldn't have been quicker than him. Injuries suck, as you know, Clive, at the moment in your squad. It's shit. But I'm happy with Tottenham. I can't complain. I was going to do some stats about, goal difference and Spurs, being an attacking team and not conceding as much as everyone else, but we'll leave that for another day.
Fair. So, Bob or Mitchell, you got anything to add to the Tottenham game that nobody really wants to talk about?
No, please.
I was very upset with the score. Actually, no, do you know what? I wasn't very upset with the score. I was very happy with the score because
that 4th goal saved everyone.
That 4th goal. I almost cheered it.
I mean, what was the bet? Was it 11-1? Wasn't it, Mitchell?
It was, yeah.
3-1. I wonder what 4-1 was.
Oh wait, you shouldn't have put a bet on.
Oh no, if I made a bet, we would have lost.
Who wants to pick up? Do you want to talk Chelsea? Chelsea United, you obviously was quite brazen with your prediction for Man versus AI.
But there's a massive caveat.
Listen.
Listen. All right.
I see the caveat. I heard. I remember. I know what you're going to say.
I said at the time, right?
Yeah.
It's 3-1 if Ten Hag is still in control. And the very next fucking day he gets sacked. I couldn't believe it. And do you know what I was thinking in my head as well? If he gets sacked, I could see either a United nicking it 1-0 or a 1-1 draw. So I feel a bit cheated out of that.
I believe but I believe you.
So I don't. I want a bonus point.
Bonus point.
Because this is bullshit.
If you said he was going to get sacked before the next podcast,
you
said he might get sacked.
It was a very high probability. I should have predicted it, really, shouldn't I?
Yep.
Fucking arseholes. Yeah.
Arteta next.
I tell you what, I didn't predict. Talking of Arteta, I did not predict that after 10 games, Chelsea would be above Arsenal. That is fucking outrageous.
See, I said you'd do all right if you remember at the beginning.
I not above Arsenal.
Chelsea as well. No, not above Arsenal, but I said you'd get top 4 or fight for top 4.
But this is the thing, right? So this is why the Man United game is why I don't think we will get top 4, which is ironic because that result did put us into the top 4. But that was our game to win. We were the better team. It was a sloppy game, but we were the better team, especially in the first half. We looked so good on the attack or the turnover of play. James again on the left, I'm still not sure about it, but he's pinging balls forward. Gusto on the right is great. And Caicedo, my God, he's now earning his price tag. Because last season he was a bit hit and miss, but this season and that game, he was phenomenal.
Player by far.
Oh, phenomenal. And then
he scored as well, didn't he?
Oh, it was a beautiful goal. It's a volley from a corner. Oh, wonderful. And I was so happy about that because I got angry with a penalty, but we'll talk about that later. Palmer. Oh, I love the boy more and more every week. Honestly, he retired another 2 players just with one touch. He's absolute filth, that boy.
I saw that.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful touch.
Special.
And I'm not going to moan about Jackson. He was okay. But again, it's like...
Sounds like a moan.
No. I'm not going to moan about him. Because he did... I can't remember if it was in the first half.
Yeah, that's it.
I can't remember if it was in the first half. No, it must have been the second half because it was Enzo came on. And he did well off of a wayward pass. I think it was a deflection. And he did well to get it down and lay it up to... Enzo Fernandez, and he should have fucking scored it then, but he just fucking skied it over the bar. No wonder he ain't the favourite at the moment because it's obviously Lavia that's taken his spot. And I think Maresca said at the time, he said Lavia's got a bit more strength than Maresca, and that's what he wanted for this game.
Well, there's a crazy stat as well, isn't there? That games with Enzo playing, your loss-win ratio is a bit bonkers.
But it's like I don't know. I don't know how I feel about stats like that because it's like why from that particular day in February last year? Why do we start the stats from there? And also last season, I mean, you could do that about any Chelsea player, and the stats would probably be pretty awful. It was all over the place last season until the last 6 games where we had that nice run.
And was he playing then?
I don't know. I'd have to look that up. If he weren't, then all right, maybe. But it's a different team, different management now, isn't it? I thought we should have done more in the first half because United were poor. And then, I don't know, we come out in the second half and it got a bit boring for 20 minutes. No one really did anything. It was just poor
Turn
football.
It off, mate. It was boring.
It was very boring until the penalty. And I hate that it is a penalty, because it's like if I was sitting next to you now and I just tapped your foot with my hand and that's it. But a player goes down and it is a penalty. If a keeper touches a player, no matter how much it is, I mean, Harry Kane was the king at that. Let's leave a foot there and let the keeper slightly brush a leg.
If the keeper doesn't touch the ball when he makes any kind of contact with the player.
But the annoying thing about
the keeper should know that.
Well, yes, the keeper should know that. But also, what makes it doubly annoying is he shouldn't have fucking gone for it anyway, because I think it was Højlund. He's not fucking getting a shot off there. He's almost running it out of play. Let him fuck off. There's another defender coming in to mark the line just in case. Just hold him off. You don't need to go diving in and tap his fucking foot with your gloves. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, from like a Premier League goalkeeper standard, that was extremely naive what he did when it was obviously kind of going out, or even if it wasn't going out, there's no way it would have led to a goal scoring opportunity anyway. So
we've question marked him as a goalkeeper. He is a weak point to Chelsea.
He's been very hit and miss.
He will make some absolute wonder saves, but his decision making is poor.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's his decision making,
and his distribution isn't as good as other top 8 goalkeepers.
Maresca did come out about that and say he took the blame for it basically, because he said he wanted him to try and do the quick balls out, or just try and get it out the field quick, and it didn't work. And so he did stop doing that this game. And he was okay. He didn't have to do much. But yeah, it was just that decision to go and try and get the ball. You just leave him. Just stand your ground. He's going nowhere.
But that's again, that comes back to another point that we've said a couple of times, is like, it's that decision to go and get the ball that he's lacked recently as well. Like he's been reserved in going out to claim the ball.
Yeah, and the last couple of games. And in fact, and they both led to goals. I mean, that may well have been on his mind. But again, like you say, it comes to decision making. Like he's not going to score from there. At best, he's going to try and play it off you and get a corner, or he's going to pull it back, set someone else up. Just hold your fucking ground. It was. I was angry after that, because I was like, we don't deserve to be 1-0 down here. And so when Caicedo scores that volley, I screamed. I was so happy. And then I thought we could go and win it. That was the Jackson knocking it down to Fernandes. That was quite near the end of the game. A couple of little chances from...
So Jackson does a good bit of play, and then someone else doesn't finish it off, sorry?
Yeah, Fernandes.
It's full circle, isn't it?
I listen. I put Jackson in my dream team. I wanted him to do something.
No wonder he's top scoring.
Listen again. He should have had an assist at least. But it's a frustrating game. And like I say, that's why I don't think we'll get top 4, because it's games like that. You should be. You should be winning. We should be winning. We were the better team.
I mean, like watching that game, I think I said to you at the time, Mitch, like it could have been watching, like in the second half, especially. I think the first half you looked quite good, but there were points in the second half where both teams were just so sloppy, weren't they?
Yeah, and it was a really, really poor second half. I don't think any fucking fan enjoyed it. I don't know why we went off the boil, because, like I said, it was ours for the taking. And unfortunately, the fucking penalty against us, it did liven up the game a little bit. But you've only got 20 minutes left at that stage. And it did get a little bit fiery after that, which was quite nice. But yeah, that opening 20, 30 minutes, the second half, was a very boring, poor game of football.
Yeah. Did you think it was a penalty on, what's his name?
Colwill. I think it was Colwill. In the first half.
With his who made the challenge? It was on his leg or knee, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Colwill. Nah, that's not a penalty for me. No, it's not enough. I think he just slightly catches him as he goes to kick the ball. But I'll do a you, Luke. If that was given against me, I wouldn't have been happy. So yeah, that wasn't a penalty. But yeah, frustrating game. We should be winning those games. So yeah, annoying.
Anyone else want to chuck anything in?
Top 4, Midge?
No.
Every week.
I've got to ask.
I mean, we'll only get it if the teams above us keep underperforming the Villa and the Arsenals this weekend.
Let's move on to an underperforming team in Arsenal at the moment.
That could have gone either way, that one.
Yeah,
I mean, would you say West Ham are underperforming?
We'll come to that.
We will come to that.
Don't worry, boys. So Arsenal, I don't even think we made Nick Pope work once. I don't think he had a save to make. It was very, very poor. There's just not something right with the team balance at the moment. And I think that comes from Mourinho coming in and playing next to Rice and Partey going back to right back. I did question Hall getting man of the match against Saka, because I thought Saka was the only player that was really doing and making anything happen for Arsenal, whereas down the other side, Martinelli, Livramento had Martinelli in his pocket. Livramento was outstanding against Martinelli. If Trent Alexander-Arnold wants to watch someone on how to defend against Martinelli, that would be the boy. But we just didn't create chances other than one or two balls across the area where unfortunately Kai Havertz wasn't at the end of. We made a couple of substitutions at the end to try and change it. We brought Ethan Narari on and Gabriel Jesus, but again we just didn't really do anything. I think both of their best chances fell to Declan Rice when he got moved to the number 6 position, and Thomas Partey went into midfield. We just looked like we were going to do more. So I'm hoping for the Chelsea game that Thomas Partey plays DM, Rice plays number 6, and Marino's on the bench. If I'm honest, hopefully we'll have a Ben White at right back. The pictures from training suggest that Martin Odegaard is back in full training as well, which we desperately need. Because, as I say, we are lacking that spark. We're not making as many chances as we should be.
Give him another week off.
Their goal, great cross from Gordon, great header. Not really much you can do about it. Maybe Gabriel gets a bit. Saliba gets a bit closer. But yeah, other than that, you can't really say much about their goal.
It was perfect, Clive. I think even if he got closer, I don't think he's jumping up because he's backtracking as well.
Yeah,
I don't think he's getting there. It was just a perfect ball.
Good perfect ball, great header. But other than that, again, they didn't really test us. Like they then kind of. I wouldn't even say they sat back. We had a lot of the ball, but like I say, we didn't really create much. So it's just a disappointing 1-0 loss to Newcastle with absolute no controversy or dodgy refereeing decisions, which I can't even moan about.
You can't even worry you.
No sending off, nothing like that.
No, nothing. No ball out of play for the goal or pushes in the back. That would be a foul everywhere else in the pitch.
Yeah,
nothing like it.
I did see online, Clive, that someone drew a line and went round the ball.
I seen that. Yeah, I saw that as well. Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's brilliant.
It's just I think that is the first match I would say has highlighted the lack of the right back situation in regards to. I've been saying Thomas Partey's praises a lot this season, and there's no fault of him during that game. Just to be clear on that, but the balance in the squad with him at right back compared to him at defensive midfield is not right. I would say it's the real first game that you could say we've missed Martin Odegaard, because the other games that we've dropped points in, I will say are because of silly red cards rather than missing Odegaard. I think the other games that we've dropped points in, maybe with the exception of Man City, if we hadn't had a player sent off, we get 3 points from. So it's just unfortunately poor. Never liked the 12:30 kickoffs on a Saturday either. So that's what I can blame. Right, it's 12:30
there we go.
on a Saturday. There we go. Whoa! Don't give us that game again.
Why Partey at right back and not Ben White?
So Ben White's still recovering from a knock. So Ben White's had a knee injury. So they're again reintroducing him slowly. So that's why Partey's played their last few matches.
Gotcha. Makes sense then. I was going to say, because you'd want to play him.
Yeah, but like I say that, but at the start of last season, Thomas Partey was their starting right back, because I think obviously last season we had Granit in midfield and we had the new signing Declan Rice that was obviously going to be starting. So there was kind of not as much room for Thomas Partey to play. So we chucked him at right back. And last season, I think I've said it before, he was terrible. Like, he was not like it wasn't the fact that he didn't understand the position. It was just he was too slow on turn. He didn't know how to link up with Saka going forward. but this season when he's played there, he's again like the last few games, he's probably been our best player.
But who have you played in the last few games though, where he's played a right back?
So like he's played some decent like Champions League game against PSG. He was superb there. Against Liverpool, he was very good. So yeah, they're not the Bournemouths that we lost to. So he's played very well against some decent opposition. Like when you got like a player like Luis Diaz running at you, and you're not naturally a quick player. But as I say, I don't like. I'm not blaming Thomas Partey. I don't think it's a Thomas Partey problem, and I think he can play right back. I just think the balance that then gives us in midfield isn't right. And relying. Go on.
I was going to say, what do you think Arteta could have done in that game with the way that it was going against?
Stop being a miserable bastard.
Well, yeah. I heard comments afterwards, and the fans were obviously.
Well, again, he's made attacking subs about the 60th minute. So, like, I'm an Arteta fan. I think he's doing a great job. I think he does get one or two decisions wrong, like every manager does.
Oh, yeah.
But like tactically, I think I called out something last week in regards to. I think it was the Bournemouth game. Like, don't go so defensive so quickly when you get a player sent off when there's only like 10 minutes at half time. But the only thing I'd say is maybe if you look at that lineup, you put Timber at right back and you put Kiriwa at left back because they are natural defenders. But again, we've signed Merino as a box-to-box midfielder. And I'm not jumping down Marino's throat in regards to he's not performing because he's new to the Premier League. Like he will take time to get up to speed. But like when you want to be competing for the title, you can't be losing 1-0 to Newcastle. Like the games you've got to get points out of.
Well, I mean, are you still on for the title race? Because you've got 1 point in the last 3.
Mm-hmm.
And you're sitting 5th.
I before City's game, no, we was out of it. But because City dropped points to Bournemouth as well, I still think there's a sliver of chance. Like we've still got to play City again at home. We've got Liverpool away. Liverpool's still got to play City. Liverpool's still got to play Chelsea. Like.
I do think
I think teams are going to drop points. So it's not like if it was City 8 points clear, it's done, dusted. But because it's not City, I think there's still a chance.
It's interesting to see what will happen when Liverpool lose their first game. Lose this. Have they lost a game already?
Yeah, Forest.
Yeah, Liverpool have Forest.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, and they're still going well. I don't know, man. They're just running away with it at the moment.
Well, but again, and they seem to be.
Liverpool again. Let's take it into context in regards to. And you're right. You can only beat who's in front of you. But Liverpool have only really played United and Arsenal, and they only beat United. Oh, they played Chelsea as well.
Yeah, beat us 2-1.
Right. So, they've still got some tough games to come. So, yeah, don't get me wrong. I think I've been impressed with how they've started the season because I didn't think they'd be as good as they have been and as consistent as they have been. But, they've not had any injuries either. So if Van Dijk gets injured for any length of time or Konate gets injured for any length of time, that defence is a lot weaker.
They're attacking, though, Clive. They're attacking at the moment. It's just fucking a force to be reckoned with at the moment.
What was the result of the weekend? 1-0?
2-1.
2-1.
They went 1-0 down, didn't they?
That's it.
To Brighton.
They just seem to just when I had to find the back of the net. It just reminds me of when they had was it Salah?
SAS.
They just look good. They just look really.
They do. I won't take anything, but I do feel like they they will drop points.
Oh, yeah, well, Liverpool going to drop some, but I think they're still going to win it, though.
But just to touch on the point that Mitchell did say, wasn't Mitchell Bob that said Man City lost their first game this weekend?
I don't know who said it, but you're right.
I think I said it in the group chat.
I didn't say it yet, but obviously what that does mean is no two can go unbeaten all season. Come the Arsenal.
Oh my God.
Happy Invincibles Day, boys. Happy Invincibles for it.
You guys are fucking... See, this is why no one likes Arsenal. This is why Arsenal fans are a bunch of cunts. Honestly, I fucking hate Arsenal. See, you guys... Do you know what's funny? You guys, yeah.
So easy, isn't it?
You guys moan about Tottenham not winning trophy for however long, yeah? Do you know my nephew's 21 now, yeah? And he's never seen Arsenal win a Premier League. Yeah, they may have won the old FA Cup here and there, but 21 years. And people moan about Tottenham not winning a trophy for God knows how long. And yeah, okay, we've not won the Premier League. Again,
yeah, how many Premier Leagues you got?
I know. Wait there. I know. I'm just saying this, yeah, because I know a lot of Arsenal fans throw shade at us, but there's people out there now that are hitting that age where they're like, well, fuck me, yeah, we've not won that. And don't bear in mind, look at it from me perspective, is that you got two 21-year-olds, yeah, one Tottenham, one Arsenal. Forget all about the past. They're both not won nothing in 21 years. Other than you guys winning the FA Cup. Oh, okay. You live on those laurels of the FA Cup. Yeah, that's such a great big club Arsenal is that they're happy to stick with the FA Cup. I from a Tottenham fan perspective, I fucking I'll bite your arm off for an FA Cup club. But as Arsenal keep harping on about, no, because Arsenal fans do this bullshit of 49 games unbeaten again, where they're like, oh, we're the best club ever.
You've really rolled him.
See, so yes, when you start me off like that, of course, I fucking hate it. Oh,
I only said it just because of that reaction as well.
Well,
let's lean into it some more.
You got a great reaction, but yeah, your fans half turn on Arteta though. I was listening to him the other day, and
you keep saying this, and I will say it every single time. There's as many Tottenham fans that go after Ange as there are Arsenal fans that go after Arteta.
No, I don't think there is, mate. I don't think there is. No.
100% is.
The ratio is a lot less than yours, mate. I can tell you that for a fact.
You can't tell me that for a fact. You absolutely cannot tell me that for a fact.
I can. You got bigger.
This is another Luke to 100%.
No, what it is, you got a bigger fan base than us, so you're going to have the majority, which means statistically you're going to have the majority of people that think Arteta out. Statistically,
not the majority of people. Absolutely, absolutely not.
Definitely,
you're using wrong words.
Definitely.
Well, there's no fact behind it. There's no fact behind it, and
I'm not saying Arteta out. Sorry, I'm saying that people are just getting on Arteta's back. I'm saying getting on Arteta's back because of the one game where you lost not getting a sending off.
Yeah, I mean it's now 3 games without a win in the league.
Yeah, but you look at that. But is it really bad? Like I'm not saying
if you want to, like Arsenal do,
for Arsenal it is
like Arsenal do, and like we have been over the last couple of seasons in regards to competing for the title. Like the expectation is you can't do that if you want to compete for the title. So if we're competing for top 4 or wanting to finish in the top 6, not winning in 3 could be acceptable. But it's not acceptable if you want to compete for the title. You won't see Man City go 3 games without a win.
Oh no, I get that. But from a points perspective, yes. I'm talking about like you lost 2 games because of red cards. Yeah, and because of stupid mistakes.
No, we lost 1 game because of red cards.
And then you
drew 2 games.
Drew, yeah.
2 games,
so you drop points there, yeah. Regardless of that, you drop points, and then fans are like, okay, that's understandable. We got the red card, and we got the draw, we got the loss. That makes sense. But that one loss you get now all season where it's been no red cards, no silly mistakes, no draw, nothing, all that bullshit, yeah. No dark arts bullshit, just a plain game. And your fans are like, oh, fucking Arteta should have done this, should have done that.
There's a small minority of fans.
Majority, Clive.
You are saying that the majority of Arsenal fans want Arteta out.
No, I'm saying get on his back. I'm saying get on his back is what I'm saying. And getting on his back for that game.
So
I don't think I've heard anyone say Arteta out. I don't think I've heard anyone say Arteta out. I've heard them say.
So you're not allowed to criticise the manager.
Not the way that your fans have been doing it.
Freedom of speech is out the window, boys. Freedom of speech is out the window.
No, because I feel like sometimes in games you're not going to win every game of the season. You're just not going to win it.
No, you might not lose every game of the season, but you're not going to win every game of the season.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I read between the lines there, Clive. Fucking Arsenal fans. You had to say it.
It was a good one.
Say it.
But yeah, no. Going back to the main point, I still think we are in with a shout if we buck our ideas up and hopefully get through a little bit of an injury crisis.
Is that you, Bob?
But it's a long way to go.
Bob snort.
That was so good. So, I love it.
Anything else on the Arsenal?
The shit.
Glorious. So over to the weekend,
was there? So
over to the one to really laugh about.
Let's go into Man versus AI. Yeah, hit the jazz.
So I got sent an odds thing from maybe Bet365 from another West Ham fan that I know, and apparently Gareth Southgate is made favourite to replace.
Yeah, I saw that.
Your favourite manager.
West Ham are going to win the World Cup again.
Yeah.
They won't, not with Gareth. They won't win anything. So, Bob, take it away. Let's talk West Ham.
I really don't want to, Clive. I'm just here to take the piss out of you, so I can't be bothered. I'm sick of talking about them. What a load of fucking shit that was, honestly. What is going on? Someone tell me what is going on, right? Because
Forest have been good this season.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And to be honest, we still ain't lost to anyone other than the top 16, have we?
Your first trip out of London as well, so obviously.
First trip out of London, yeah. Obviously, we stocked up on
players are a bit tired because of travelling, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, honestly, how many games we played now? 12?
No, 10.
Is it 10?
Right, 10 in the league.
Oh, is it 10 in the league? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've played 20 halves of football, and I can honestly say I don't think I've seen one that's the same for West Ham. I don't think I've seen one trait where we've shown, oh, that's a West Ham thing, other than be shit, right? It just, honestly, I was fucking fuming at that match. I'm just so fed up of speaking about it. What the fuck is going on? And it's the same old thing. The same old thing. First
and Fabianski made some banging saves as well, didn't he?
Yeah. Mate, it could have been fucking 7-0. Actually, it could have been 7-1 because Paqueta could have scored. But it's just... honestly, so bad. And it's the same mistakes over and over again. Wan-Bissaka getting caught out of position again. And I said it in the last episode, I don't think that's his fault. I think the manager's trying to play that way. And I think what the fuck was the formation? First of all, you obviously don't want Todibo there in the defence, so he has to put in Mavropanos to save the fucking day, even though he fucking saves nothing. He starts what's his fucking name? I'm so angry I can't even think of his name. The guy that we've been screaming to start the whole fucking time.
Somerville.
He starts him for 45 minutes, plays him a little bit out of position, and then takes him off after 45. And he's one of the only players at the moment that's showing any flair for West Ham at all, any creativity. Paqueta's been absolute shit. What else did I have to moan about? Alvarez.
Red card, 2 yellows.
What the fuck is he thinking? The second challenge is just absolutely ridiculous. It's like he was doing it on purpose.
Got a bell.
Maybe he's taking notes from Paqueta, yeah.
Honestly, it is absolutely fucking tragic at the moment. And I mean, that game took me to boiling point where I'm just like, well, what the fuck are we supposed to do from here? Because every game, really, we've had moments where we've looked good, I suppose, but there's nothing there. There's nothing there that's telling me that we can get this team to perform at a level that's going to keep us above 14th in the league. There's nothing there right now. After that game, it's really because I've said previously, and I've stuck up for Lopetegui a lot. Right, we've got to try and find our identity and try and do stuff to I don't know, like find our way, start winning games, but there's just there doesn't seem to be anything there at the moment. No, I'm not saying it. No,
say it.
no.
Lopetegui out.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's in a very tragic position at the moment, and seriously needs to get a rocket up his ass because he's losing. He has lost the whole fucking fan base already. Like if you
guys, for you, Return of the Moyes again.
I love Moyes. I love
him. That's because you're a jock.
Yeah, that is true.
But I feel like, Bob, in that game, I watched some of it, and watching Wan-Bissaka, I love the guy getting forward. Watching him, if you watch, I think it might have been the first goal, he just, it's not even sprinting back. I just feel like
he had I've said the same several times. Yeah, I agree with Bob in the sense that I think he's told you're a creative player. You go and attack, but like he doesn't bust a gut to get back in.
But the other problem is right. He gets to that point. I agree. I don't think. Maybe he isn't the best at getting back, but what he is very good at is that one-on-one defending in those positions.
If he's defending, yeah.
Well, I was going to say
that's what he's very good at.
Defend.
So let's keep him there because, to be honest with you, like we've got creative players going forward that are just doing nothing at the moment, so they need to start performing anyway. But if we know that he's got to get back, then don't let him do it. And even when he does get forward, he gets into really good positions and he's good on the ball. And he gets into good positions, but he can't cross.
Well, make him a winger then. Make him a winger and get someone else at right back. I just feel like for him, he's great at getting forward, and he showed it against Tottenham. He showed it against most of the teams he's played against. Is that if you're not busting a gut, especially in the Premier League nowadays, the way teams are playing, if you don't bust a gut to help your team out and double up sometimes on players, you're going to get caught out just like you did. And I just feel like if you don't do that, you're not going to win.
With that in mind as well, and I think I touched on it before, is like if you're playing two defensive midfielders, which I believe you were.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
One of them should be able to fucking get across.
Yeah, they should.
Like one of them should be able to cover his position.
Mate, so we were pretty much like five at the back, right, is what we started in that game. Like we had Wan-Bissaka playing, we had Emerson, Kilman, Mavropanos and Todibo all playing in that game, right? And if you're that first goal, I don't know if any of you have seen the first goal, right?
That's the Woods header, right?
Yeah. Explain to me how that happens when you have got five defensive-minded players playing.
Yeah, when you got three centre-halves playing.
Yeah, like. What? How the fuck have we given him that much space? This is fucking Wood who scored. What is it now? Is it like six in the last 8 or something like that? So,
yeah, he's on a run of form, isn't he?
And we're just allowing him. Like they're just looking at each other. Like, oh, you're not going to pick him up. Oh, you're not going to. One of you just fucking do it. What the fuck are you doing?
One of you shout at the other one. Fucking look, Woods is there, mate.
Oh, mate. Just watching that ball, watching that first goal, and they thread it through. It's a great ball. Watch the players running through three players. And they let him go. They'll watch him. Wan-Bissaka's pointing. Oh, that's terrible. Now
that's what I mean. I thought you was going to stick up for him then, and I was going to like, what?
No. It's just terrible. To like 5 players, and 4 players are behind the player on the left from the Nottingham Forest player, and that is poor. And they're just jogging back. They're not even sprinting.
But that's what I mean. Like if you've got 3 centre halves playing, how are we letting that happen? How is that happening? I can't get my head around it, and it's been happening ever since the start of the season. And then what makes that worse? That's all well and good if you're scoring more goals, right?
Yeah,
but we're fucking not. And arguably our best player, Paqueta, I think a lot of people would say Bowen, and I would say Bowen, but Paqueta's up there. A lot of people think he's too good for West Ham and that kind of thing. Well, fucking show us that, because you've been absolutely fucking shit since the start of the season. He's done nothing at all this season, honestly. He's been so bad. And it comes back to that thing that you always say, Luke, with Spurs. If players aren't playing well, like, you know, your Kanes and stuff like that, take him off. Like, take a bit of a risk rather than taking a risk everywhere else on the pitch where we don't really need it. Like, just try and get something sorted out and take that fucking player off and start trying to score some goals rather than fucking up your defence constantly.
Yeah. That's a big who do
you think is your goal scorer at the moment, though? Like, I look through that West Ham team and I don't see goals. Like, Bowen, yeah, you might get, 7 to 10 from him a season in this current team. Antonio, probably the same.
That's always going to be the problem, isn't it? Because we knew that we needed another goal scorer. So we get him Fulkrug, who's been injured since the second game and didn't do anything in the first 2 games. So I don't know what's happened there. I still don't think he's been given enough of a chance to. A lot of people are slating him, saying it was the worst signing ever. I mean, it's a bad signing in terms of him being injured, yes, but like, we can't really fully judge.
He's not Anthony at United, is he? So, you know.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, I can tell you, like, Kudus isn't particularly, like, he hasn't really had his goal scoring boots on when he has been around, and obviously he's suspended at the moment. Anyway.
Yeah, he's still got 2 games, right?
Yeah, it's
even if you do have an out and out striker, right? Where are you? Who's creating the chances? You've had 4 shots in that game to Forest 19.
Yeah, no,
4 chances created.
But then if you've got someone, I mean, what I would imagine, and I mean, this might seem a bit out there because who knows what Lopetegui's going to do. But
walk away.
I mean, with a player like Fulkrug, I would imagine, get the balls into the box a lot more, and hopefully that's where that creativity is going to come from. But
so your owners as well have had quite a history of buying players they want to buy.
Yeah,
do you think Fulkrug falls into that category? Do you think Lopetegui was like, he's the guy I need for this team?
I don't think it's no. I don't know, to be honest with you. I honestly don't know. I can't see Lopetegui probably making that decision. Who knows?
I don't seem to know what he's doing.
Yeah. I mean, he'd probably put me up front if he saw me. Like,
he'd probably do a better job.
Probably do better. Yeah.
But yeah, it's in, and it's one of those things. We are a team that have talented players, and I don't think there's any denying that. Like those, like Paqueta, Bowen, Kudus. Like we've got talented players in the team. And
average players.
Excuse me.
I mean, well, they wouldn't get in any of the top 6 teams, though, would they?
I think they would. I think
the only player is Kudus.
I disagree. I think if this was last season, people would be saying Bowen as well.
I don't know whose team does Bowen get in.
He doesn't even start for England. Bowen.
Out of the top 4 from last season, does he get in City? No.
Liverpool, yeah.
Over Mo Salah? Absolutely not.
Yeah. No one gets over Mo Salah at the moment.
Arsenal, Saka? No. Aston Villa, Leon Bailey? Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly, but
I think he does. I think teams would take him personally.
Well, I think Liverpool might take him because it's Mo Salah's last season. But I don't. I'd rather, like, if I was given between Kudus and Bowen, I'm taking Kudus every day long.
You're only saying that because he was spotted in the Arsenal crowd the other week.
was he?
Yeah, it was.
Don't give him more to fucking.
Oh, he must like get on with Timber though, right? Like they would have played together at Ajax and whatnot. So
yeah, I think he's got friends there.
I'll take him on that.
Certainly, that's the excuse. But that's the reason you're saying that, Clive. Don't act fucking dumb saying, "Oh yeah,
I didn't know he was there."
Clive's got a spreadsheet at home of all Arsenal fans, mate. I'm telling you this now. Yeah, it goes with him everywhere. He's got it in his OneDrive, ready to load it up. I know this guy.
But I mean, it's seriously worrying times, I think, because I mean, if I look at our next few games, which I will do,
Everton next.
It's Everton next. But I think after that, so we've got Newcastle away, Arsenal at home, Leicester away, and then Wolves at home. So, I mean, at the moment, I could not tell you. I mean, I would hope that you would say, well, there's a potential 9 points there with Leicester and Wolves and Everton.
You like beating Arsenal at home, like at Arsenal as well recently. You at home?
Off, Clive. We like to beat occasionally.
You beat us last year at Boxing Day at home. You beat us in the cup, and you beat us the year before.
But that was very different. We was under David Moyes then.
Yeah, we did need to change that result for sure.
So it's worrying times, I think, at the moment. Like if you start getting into that, second half of the season,
you get relegated. Is Mitchell right?
You're only 6 points off relegation.
No. Mitchell definitely isn't right.
I'm more right than I thought I would have been at this stage.
I did think you was going to be a little bit better than you are at the moment.
Well, I mean, yeah, you would think so. And going back to my point, like, as much as you might agree or disagree whether they're going to be in like some of the players are going to be in the top 6 times or whatever, I still think we've got enough there where we shouldn't be even considering being, between 14th and 20th place. We shouldn't be considering that. We should be a top half team with the players we've got. Personally, I think. Like,
I think 10th to 8th is your position.
Yeah, but obviously something's not clicking at the moment. I've said it all along. No fucking identity at the moment. So hopefully something changes. If not, the whole fan base. Honestly, the whole fan base. Everyone I've seen. Everyone I've spoke to.
Oh, wait, it could be the minority though, Bob. This could be the minority though.
Luke doesn't understand words again, boys.
Definitely not.
But yeah, they're all screaming for him to be out. So he's already lost the crowd, I think. So
when is he going to lose you, Bob?
When I decide that I think it's an appropriate time for me to come out and say it. And not humiliate myself.
So next weekend?
Maybe. We'll see what the result is against Everton.
And talking about results against Everton, shall we move into Man versus AI? Unless anyone else wants to chat shit about West Ham.
Let's move on. Thank you. Cheers. Fuck you, Luke. Shit.
Cool. Right, Man versus AI. Go on.
Man versus AI.
Beep, boop, boop, beep. Thank you. Not a good weekend for Clive. Not a good weekend for Bob. Not a good weekend for Mitchell. Definitely not a good weekend for Mitchell.
Did you forget my name then?
No, I was trying to think of the results. I was trying to think of the results and what you predicted. So let's go through the results and what AI had. So it had Newcastle 1, Arsenal 1, so it got 0 points. It had Forest 1, West Ham 2, got 0 points. I had Tottenham 2, Aston Villa 1, so got 1 point. Had Manchester United 1, Chelsea 1, so got 3 points. Bob had Forest 1, West Ham 2, 0 points. Clive had Newcastle 1, Arsenal 2, so 0 points. Mitchell had Manchester United 1, Chelsea 3, so 0 points.
Asterisk, Ten Hag, thank you.
Luke,
yes.
Luke had Tottenham 3, Aston Villa 1.
What an idiot.
1 point.
That's a point, right?
It has brought the league table closer. Yeah. So Bob is still on 8 points, as he has been for a couple of weeks now.
Okay, Clive.
Mitchell is on 6 points, as he has been for a couple of weeks now. Clive is on 5 points, as he has been for forever. And Luke has made it up to 4 points, so he's closing the gap. The bad news is AI got another direct hit. So AI is on 35 points, and together we do not excel. We are on 23 points.
Who did they get a direct hit?
United, Chelsea, 1-1.
Fuck's sake, Mitchell.
I know.
You're going for zero to no, 0 to 0.
Yeah, 0 to 0. That's the way of the world. So next fixtures we've got West Ham, Everton. Bob, what are you saying?
2-1 West Ham.
I love it. You are at home, so not that makes a difference for West Ham at the moment. Yeah. Luke at home to Ipswich. You at home again? 2 games on the bounce.
As it should be. 2-0.
2-0.
I think once we're not going to concede.
No one's laughing at him now. Come on, Liam Delap. Fucking get a hat-trick.
Yeah, come on, Ipswich. That's who I support now, by the way.
We have a London is derby this weekend with Chelsea Arsenal. Chelsea are the home team, so Mitchell.
I mean, it's impossible to predict Chelsea, Club. I'm going to go for a Desmond.
No, you fucking so boring.
What an idiot.
What's wrong with the 2-2?
You're at home against Arsenal. Just fucking go out there and go for a win. No, 3-2. I'm going 3-2. I'm picking it for him. 3-2 Chelsea.
Desmond.
Fucking draw at home.
Mitchell, hear me out here. If you take Luke's result and Luke agrees to, if he's wrong, he has to wear the Arsenal shirt if he loses at the end of the season.
No, fuck that.
What are we saying? I'm going to try every single time.
I know.
I am going to go for the same result that's not got me any points for the last 2 weeks. 2-1 Arsenal win. Martin Odegaard is going to be back. He's going to get a brace himself. Right, let's talk amongst yourselves whilst I
that's the thing.
Go to AI.
I can't.
Oh, fucking City are losing 3-1.
Yeah, but
go on, Sporting. Yeah, in the Champions League. Yeah.
Arsenal are going to drop points for the 4th game in a row, are they?
See, you don't. I think you're overthinking it, Mitch.
I think you're underthinking it. Then.
No, I think the way Chelsea are playing.
I think you're in the minority.
I agree with you there. I think you got him at home at Stamford Bridge. You could beat him. What was the last few games you had against him? Look at that stat.
I did. I'll tell you right now. So our last games against Arsenal, I'm not going to say the last one because it's not important. The time before that was 2-2.
Yep.
And we were at home. And the time before that, Arsenal were at home and they beat us 3-1.
What was the last one though?
It doesn't matter, that one.
It's not on the list. Just remind me.
That was still Potter, wasn't it? Was that Potter still then, or was Poch in by then?
I think it was Poch. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Poch.
Fucking hell, he still had the Spurs mentality.
Was it 7? Was it 7?
Don't be silly. Was it? Fucking hell.
I can't remember. I honestly can't remember. I think it might have been 6. I think Kai got 2.
I'll take it back, Mitch. You're fucked, mate.
Yeah, exactly. This is my point.
I think
right, so we have got some predictions from AI, and we're going to start at West Ham. What did you say, Bob? 2-1, didn't you? Prediction: Everton's recent unbeaten streak against West Ham. Have they been unbeaten against West Ham? Oh no, just in the league. Didn't they lose?
It was 5-0 Arsenal, by the way.
Well,
anyway, their rationale. I don't know if I'm going to continue with this rationale bullshit because it is so up and down. It's going for a 1-1 draw, basically.
It's fun to read it out.
But it's all right. I'll read it out. Everton's recent unbeaten streak and West Ham's inconsistency suggest a competitive match. a 1-1 draw seems a plausible outcome. These predictions consider current form and injury reports as of November 5th, 2024. For the latest updates,
That's today.
It's just, it is advised to check the club's official announcements closer to the match day. Well, cheers for that. But I remember unbeaten. I thought they lost at the weekend.
They did. They lost
like 1-0.
Yeah.
Fucking see.
Southampton.
Tottenham Ipswich. Tottenham's home advantage and superior squad depth make them favourites, even with some injury concerns. They are likely to secure a 2-0 victory over Ipswich.
No, fuck off. I ain't having this. No, I don't. But I'll watch you do AI next time. Fuck this shit. There's no way. They've not predicted a 2-0 Spurs win all through this fucking
They've predicted a 2-0 Spurs.
No.
They have this week, mate.
No, bullshit. I'm not having it. Just because you want me to get closer wearing an Arsenal shirt. Fuck it. There's a conspiracy here, just like the Arsenal bullshit with the referees. I'm not having it. There's no way AI is.
The AI thing isn't going to affect you wearing a Spurs shirt.
Mate, it would affect me from beating you guys in points.
Thank you.
What? Well, no, it won't. You'll still get the same amount of points.
Yeah.
You don't get any less points.
I'll take it back.
Fucking hell. And AI, you probably want AI predicting the same as you because they're fucking right more often than we are, for fuck's sake. So, Arsenal, Chelsea, Arsenal. Injuries to captain Martin Odegaard. Yeah, all right. So, despite Arsenal's strong form, again, 3 matches without a win in the Premier League, it's not really strong, is it? The absence of key players like Odegaard may impact their creativity. Chelsea playing at home with a relatively fit squad, bringing looks into it as well now, might capitalise on this. A closely contested match could end in a 1-1 draw.
Interesting.
Anybody else want to talk any other football-related nonsense?
Rice is injured, which you're probably aware of.
Yeah, I've seen the rumours of an injury. Yeah,
he won't be available for the West Ham game, for the Champions League game.
Chelsea game. Okay.
It doesn't say. Declan unfortunately picked up an injury in Newcastle. Said Arteta in his pre-match conference he was able to finish and he wasn't feeling good the last few days. We'll have to assess him on Thursday and see if he's ready for Chelsea. But it doesn't look like he played the Champions League game.
I might see a bit more balance in the team then. I mean, Partey and Marino play centre mid. Yeah, interesting. Hopefully he's fit for Chelsea though.
Fuck him.